Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Today on The Young and the Restless, Maria and Tessa try to carve out time for a date. Claire and Kyle get interrupted, and Tucker offers Audra his company. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. At the club, Summer and Chance share a toast and talk about work. Chance says he's not arguing with anyone at Chancellor Winters. There's just unspoken tension all the time. The Winters are pissed that Jill gave her power to Billy. Summer asks what he thinks. Chance thinks it's out of character for his grandmother. As a chancellor, they're all curious as to his allegiances. Summer thinks this sounds exhausting and shares some positive news. Sally knocked it out of the park. Chance is happy for her and asks about the Claire situation. Summer says she told Kyle that as long as Harrison's happy, she's fine with it. But the truth is, she's not sure how much more she can take. She feels as though she's on the outside looking in. Chance is sorry. Summer says she and Kyle never set any custody boundaries, and it may be time to change that. Talk turns to Tara, who's in prison. That void allowed her and Harrison to bond deeply. If she's not around, Claire could replace her. Chance reminds her she's the nanny, not competition. Summer hopes she knows that. At the tack house, Claire gushes that Victoria looks gorgeous, all dressed up for her date with Cole. "Where are you going?" she asks. Victoria assumes someplace casual and low-key. Claire thinks she may be overdressed then. Victoria worries he may just want to grab a burger. Just then, Cole shows up in a suit holding a sunflower. Claire beams. She insists they make tonight about them, and not spend the evening talking about her. She admits this is a big deal to her. She wants her parents to get reacquainted. At Society, Tessa takes a disheartening phone call. Maria walks up to Tessa and enthuses about their date night until she sees her wife's face. One of the wait staff called in sick, and there's no one to cover. Maria sighs. Not again. She guesses it's part of the job and suggests they pivot. She'll take a quiet table for one and will watch her hot manager wife do her thing. They kiss. At the tack house, Victoria and Cole joke that they're willing to give it the old college try. Claire wants a full report later and approves her dad's choice of Society as a venue. Once alone, Claire calls Tessa and asks her to give her parents a quiet table and add a bottle of champagne. Tessa realizes she's playing matchmaker and agrees. Tessa disconnects from Claire and updates Maria, who knows how hard it is to start over again. They can understand Claire wanting to play matchmaker for her parents. She's trying to build the family she never had. Maria worries it may not be what they want. She wishes Claire had a family member her own age to take her under her wing. Summer, by all accounts, doesn't even like her. Victoria and Cole arrive to Champagne. Courtesy of their daughter in fear, she's also hired a strolling violinist. Tessa teases that she asked her to serenade them, but she told her she's too expensive. She and Maria leave them to their dinner. Maria tells her wife she wants to continue their date. "I have an idea, but only if you say yes." Kyle shows up at the tack house and tells Claire he's come on Harrison's behalf. The child found her wallet and insisted he bring it to her. Claire says he could have texted her, and she could have got it tomorrow. Kyle worries he's bugging her, but she reassures him. They discuss her murder mystery book, and Claire asks if he wants to stay for tea. Once it's made, they sit and talk. Claire reveals that it was Jordan who forced her to learn how to figure out murder mysteries. Little did she know she was planning crimes, and that's why she wanted her to learn to analyze every aspect of a situation. Kyle jokes that she'd make an excellent cop or jewel thief. They laugh. In Paris, Audra tells Tucker she'll grant him 5 minutes. She doesn't want a drink, but he insists. "You're going to want one. Trust me." He's worried about how much of Ashley's story he should share. Audra is prepared to walk out. Tucker relents. She deserves to know. Audra urges, "Tell me everything." Tucker relays that Ashley was diagnosed with DID and splintered into multiple personalities, thanks to something traumatic between her and Alan's twin brother. Her psyche somehow conflated that event with their fight at the cafe. The Alters thought they had to protect her from him, but it was actually Martin she needed protecting from. Now she's on her way to a private clinic for treatment. Audra thinks she must be terrified. She asks if they'll get back together once she's better. Tucker says no. This means he's free of the guilt and worry and can let her go completely, it feels like it really is over. Audra still thinks he's fooling himself. You didn't come here for me and Glissade. You came here for Ashley. He won't be able to turn off his concern, especially now that he knows how serious her diagnosis is. Tucker insists he came only for her. Audra argues he was protecting his interest in Glissade, the company he bought with Ashley. Tucker acknowledges he came to stop her. At least, that's what I told myself. He also told himself he no longer cared about her. He was fooling himself. I'm still in love with you. At Society, Cole and Victoria toast their family's future. Victoria questions him about asking Kyle for a beer. Claire thinks he's being a protective father. Cole reminds her they promised not to talk about Claire tonight. Victoria wants to talk about him. I'm just kind of wondering when you might be going back to Oxford. Cole intones. Well, that depends on you. Victoria argues that Claire is the person keeping him there. Cole concedes she plays a big part in it, but he's curious about what may happen between the two of them if he sticks around. Victoria can't deny the growing connection between them, but she's not sure if it's because of Claire or something else. Cole notes that he's been alone for a while now. Victoria can't believe this. Cole has had a dalliance with a colleague or two, but nothing serious. He didn't want to invest in something that wouldn't last. Victoria's been in a similar place lately. She had a long string of relationships that didn't end well. Cole supposes they're both gun-shy. He loves that their family is reunited, so they toast to that. In the club, Chance wants to distract Summer from her problems. They kiss and Summer wants to take this up to her suite. Chance asks her to give him her room key and a head start. He'll go set the mood. She does so, and he heads upstairs. Summer pulls out her phone and texts Kyle that there's something she wants to talk to him about. At the tack house, Kyle tells Claire that Harrison adores her. She says the feeling is mutual. A knock comes at the door. It's Mariah, who thought she might be lonely. Claire invites her in, and she stops short when she sees Kyle. Oh, am I interrupting something? Kyle muses. I didn't realize the two of you had become pals. Mariah saw Victoria and Cole at Society and figured it was a good chance to get to know Claire better. Kyle thinks it seems like a girl's night, so he'll head out. Outside the door, Kyle reads Summer's text. More. Eileen Davidson looks back and ahead. Inside, Mariah tells Claire they have a lot in common. She was raised by a woman who kidnapped her at birth and brought up in a cult. In her 20s, she discovered Sharon was her real mother. Claire had no idea. Mariah hopes she's proof that you can not only survive, but be pretty damn happy. Claire feels like Mariah really gets her life. Mariah jokes, childhood trauma. I'm your gal. She thinks Claire is doing well. She was surprised to see she had company. Are you sure I wasn't interrupting anything? Claire says Kyle was just returning her wallet and they were discussing mystery novels. Mariah says he's a great dad and a good friend. Summer, on the other hand, is a different story. Summer can be her own worst enemy sometimes. At the club, Summer's about to join Chance upstairs when she gets a text from Kyle saying, "Let's meet in the morning." In Paris, Audra tells Tucker he doesn't love her. He just hates that he can't have her. Tucker insists that isn't true. This whole thing with Ashley made him grateful for what they have. Usually when it comes to business, he's all in. But everything he's done to counter the moves she's been making, he's hated. He took no pleasure in it. He realized he was doing it in spite of what he was feeling and what he really wanted, which was to be with her. He'll do whatever it takes to fix this. The first step is making her believe that he and Ashley are truly finished. Step 2 is to tell her that Glissade is hers. If she wants it that badly, she can have it. Maria returns to Society, where Tessa is done, ready for a glass of wine, and wanting to hear how it went with Claire. Maria says she showed up to find her with Kyle. They insist they're friends who are just concerned for Harrison's well-being. She shares that she and Claire had a deep conversation about the similarities in their childhoods. She's glad she checked in on her. Tessa is too, and she's glad there's still time for their date. They kiss. Victoria and Cole come into the tack house, and guess Claire went to bed. Cole tells Victoria he had a lovely evening. She did too, and thanks him for dinner. They share a deep kiss, and Victoria asks if he'd like to stay for a drink or coffee. Cole says, more than anything, but he doesn't want to rush things. He'd like to be sure she's really ready, which I hope is soon. Kissing her again, he leaves. Claire creeps down the stairs and smiles as she looks at her mom. Next on The Young and the Restless, Victor retaliates against Jack. Billy turns on the charm with Lily and Diane settles unfinished business with Nikki.